Okay, this wasn't the video I was intending to make because I've just bought this little Kenwood micro hi-fi system from the usual charity shop where I get most of my stuff. Paid £10 for this one, which I think is a really good deal actually. But the reason I was attracted to this one particularly is because it's got a Minidisc deck on it. Now I was assuming that Minidisc deck probably wasn't going to work and I'd have to do a repair on it, and I was going to make a video of myself doing that, or attempting that repair, and I was going to take you along with me on that journey. But as it turns out, the whole thing works absolutely perfectly. But I thought I might as well show it to you anyway, because it came with its original remote control as well, which is actually made of transparent plastic. You can see the batteries and the circuit board in there as well. It's a nice unit and it's really good quality. I mean, the weight of this, it's really got some weight to it. It feels nice and solidly made. The speakers as well, they're really nice and solid. They've got a bass port in the back. These front covers are a bit fiddly to get off, but they do actually come off. Nice speakers, it sounds really nice as well. It can also do double speed dubbing from CD to Minidisc, and the CD player supports CD text. Now, I've got loads of CDs, but I'm not sure which, if any of them, have CD text information on them. I tried a few and I couldn't find any that did, so what I'm not sure is whether when you dub from CD to Minidisc, if it copies the track titles over or not. That's something else I'll have to try if I can find a CD with CD text on it, or perhaps even create one. But the cassette deck's nice as well. It's full logic control, automatic music search, AC bias, AC arrays obviously. It supports recording on Type 1 and Type 2. Type 4 is playback only. And also if we spin the unit round, which is difficult as I've got all the cables connected up, as you can see we have an auxiliary input. Connections for the AM antenna and the FM antenna, or aerial. What I don't see here is any kind of digital inputs or outputs for the either the CD player or the Minidisc, but not necessarily a big deal. You can presumably still record in analogue from the analogue inputs on a Minidisc or a cassette. But yeah, as I say, this is a really chunky, heavy, well-built unit. So without further ado, let's turn it on and we'll try out this high-speed dubbing from CD to Minidisc. So we'll put a CD in. It's just a few tracks from a production music library I've burnt onto a CDR. So we'll load that. And I did a normal speed dub of that very disc onto this Minidisc earlier on, so first thing I need to do is erase that Minidisc, which we can easily do from the remote control. Track edit. Erase. Yes. All erase, yes, OK, yes. So edit complete. So it hasn't actually written that to disk yet, because like most Minidisc recorders, it just saves up all the changes in memory until you eject the Minidisc. So if I eject the Minidisc, it will blank that disc off. So then if I put the disc back in, it should now see it as a blank disc, hopefully. Which it does. So let's now try that double speed CD to Minidisc dubbing. Now, you can only do that from the front panel, I believe, so record mode, CD to Minidisc, high, set. There it goes. Yes, and it's playing it at double speed. So let's just let that copy. So we should now have a complete copy of that CD on that disc, made in double time. Now, according to the manual, it shouldn't let me make another copy of that disc until 74 minutes have elapsed since I've started that first dub. So let's try and make another copy of it. Please wait 68 minutes. There we go. Now, what if I power it off and unplug it? So it's completely dead. Now if I plug it back in and power up, does it still remember that I've got 68 minutes to wait? Yes, it's remembered that time, even though I've had it disconnected from the mains. There we go. Now, just one other thing I wanted to show you. The cassette eject mechanism is quite interesting on this. So if I just spin this around a little bit, give you a bit of a better view. It's quite fun, isn't it? But one thing I have noticed, which seems to be a slight drawback, is that in order to select any particular input, like for example now I'm on CD, if I wanted to just switch to the cassette deck because I wanted to rewind the cassette, I couldn't do it. The only way to do it is to actually start the cassette playing, then stop it. Now I can wind it. So what that means is, while you're listening to another source, if you wanted to rewind a cassette while playing something either from a minidisc or a CD, you couldn't do it. And you might think if you start the cassette deck winding and then start the other source, the cassette would just keep winding, but no, it doesn't. As soon as I start the other source, it stops the cassette. So that seems a bit of a drawback to me. I have also tried inputting title names using both the remote and the front panel. Much easier on the remote because you have these it's like a telephone keypad with various letters on each number and spaces and delete and things. So entering track titles for the minidisc is very intuitive from the remote. You can do it from the front panel, but it's a lot more fiddly. So I'm not sure what else there is to say about it really. It's just a nice little micro hi-fi system. Anyway. So there we go. That is the Kenwood HM-382MD micro hi-fi component system. Thank you very much for watching.